Hi everyone, Michaela here. Today I have my most recent Sassy Girl Aroma haul, which I'm super excited about, and I'm excited to share what I got with you. Some of the things that I got this time were like returning favorites, so I had reordered some of these because I love them so much and I kind of used them up. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and start with the loaves. Actually, no, let me start with the samples. And I just wanted to say that if you're new, welcome. If you're a returning visitor, welcome back. I'm so glad that you're here with me today and sharing this fun love of wax that we all have. So my first sample is Dark Amethyst. I'm trying to pop it out. So to me, I'm not sure what Dark Amethyst is supposed to be, but it's almost kind of smelling maybe borderline perfume-ish, kind of like a fresh, pretty scent. It's not like a clean laundry. It's definitely not fruity. It's not bakery. And it's not really even earthy. So maybe it's a slight floral. I don't know. It's really pretty, and I'm curious about how it's going to smell melting. And this could actually be one that I wouldn't mind melting throughout my house. The next is Lollipops. And yeah, this just smells like kind of a sweet lollipop. It's very nice. I really do enjoy these types of scents. It almost has a little bit of a lemonade type scent to it. So it kind of has a little bit of a brightness. So I think I would really enjoy melting this. To me, this would be really good combined with like a strawberry or a blackberry or something like that. So those are my two samples. Now we'll go ahead and do my loaves. So, let's see. So I got two loaves. I have to admit, I have never done that before. I have never bought two loaves of the same scent at the same time before. But I had to this time with Pink Sleepy Time. I am in love with this blend. I have ordered different of the brittles in it, and it is amazing. So it is pink sugar, lavender, spearmint, and chamomile. So when she poured this, I was so excited because I'm so in love with this scent. I mean, you really get that nice pink sugar scent, but then you get the lavender, and the spearmint is such a pretty spearmint scent, and the chamomile. And so it's really such a great combination to me of a really relaxing nighttime blend, but still has that mint in it. And it's super pretty. It's blended so well. I absolutely love it. It performs extremely well every time I melt it. So I do have two loaves. The next repurchase that I have is at the North Pole. If you watched my video, you saw that, or if you watched my videos before, you've seen how fast I went through my first loaf of this. And this one, I'm actually almost wishing that I would have gotten two loaves of. It is so good. So it is sweet peppermint sticks with a creamy, rich vanilla. And this is one that peppermint is so pretty. So this is one to me that I can melt all over my house, but then it's also such a great nighttime blend. This is not one of your nose clearing peppermints. It's a very pretty, sweet, creamy peppermint, and I just love it. And this is something that, yes, I especially love this time of year, but really I could melt this all year round, especially at nighttime. It's just gorgeous. The next one that I got is Strawberry Mint. So I had this one, I think it was in a brittle. So this is Sweet Peppermint Candy and Juicy Strawberry. And this one was really good. It performed extremely well. Great strength. And this is such a good scent. I've noticed that I really like peppermint and strawberry scents. There's other vendors that make similar type scents. and they're so pretty, and I really like them. And to me, it's like a daytime melt, and adding in the strawberry for me personally makes it more like a spring and summertime melt rather than just a fall winter melt, because that fruit combined with the peppermint is just, it's so good. It's so pretty. I really like that one as well. So the only loaf that's like a new to me scent is strawberry filled Twinkies. And people have talked about this one quite a bit, and so I decided I really wanted to try it. So it's sweet strawberry jam with Twinkies and vanilla cream. So I did go ahead and get a loaf in it. And it really is that strawberry jam. So like the strawberry mint is fresh picked strawberries, like a fresh strawberry, and strawberry jam is like, you know, a cooked jam, how it smells after it's cooked, and maybe even when it's slightly warm still. I don't know how much Twinkie and vanilla separately I can smell, but I definitely smell a nice kind of bakery blend underneath. And it's not like super rich like some of them are. And so it's a little bit of a lighter bakery underneath, which is what I think the Twinkies more smells like. Okay, so that's the loaves that I got. Now onto my brittles. I did get quite a few brittles. Some of them are repurchases, some of them aren't. So the first is Open Water, which is raspberry, lime, salty sea air, sweet lavender, cotton candy, and marshmallow. And all of my brittles are broken. I mean, it's definitely not the end of the world. And the only thing that I don't like about them being broken, like this one's kind of in several pieces. The only thing that I don't like is that sometimes it makes them harder to store. And then when they're not broken on the cracked lines, I mean, it's not a big deal, but they did arrive broken. But I am quite a ways away from her. So it is what it is. But Julie has such amazing scents, and this one's really pretty. So the first thing that I really get with this one is actually the salty sea air, followed by kind of that raspberry lime. And it's blended so well that it's not like you're like, oh wow, the lime, or oh wow, the raspberry. It's just blended so well that you're like, oh, this is just such a nice scent. Yeah, I really like that, and I'm super excited to melt it. Even though it has lavender in it, it's not a nighttime blend at all. It's definitely a very pretty daytime blend. Okay, the next one I have 3 of. This is Mrs. Claus meets a leprechaun. So this is a repurchase. So minty milk and coconut meringue and cookies. I love this scent. It is such a good scent. If you like coconut type scents, you would probably really like this one. I mean, if you like coconut bakery scents. It reminds me a lot of a blend by a specific vendor. And so I really get that nice minty smell with a coconut bakery. It's so good. If she made loaves in this, I would buy a loaf in this. But again, I mean, my brittles are broken, which, like I said, I just kind of try and hold them together while I put them away. That way they stay flat. And I know it's definitely not Julie or her team's fault at all. I just don't know what's happening. Like some people had lots of broken ones, and then some people had no broken ones whatsoever. So it's got to be something with the post office. Next I got Sawdust Days, which is caramel apple, cotton candy, salted brown sugar, vanilla, and kettle corn. And I have not had this one yet. So this one's a new to me one. But it smells so good. So you really get that caramel apple scent first to me, along with kind of the brown sugar. And the kettle corn is there, but it's not overpowering. Like some blends like this that I've had, it's like super buttery popcorn that you smell. But this one's more kind of the caramel apple and the brown sugar, and then more of the undertone of the popcorn. At least that's how it smells on cold. It's really pretty. Okay, next we have She's a Little Mermaid. This is a repurchase. When I first started buying Sassy Girl Aroma in 2018, she used to do the chunk bags. And so this I had purchased in a chunk bag and I loved it. So this is Mac Apple Cotton Candy Crisp Ozone, Salty Sea Spray, Seaweed, Sun Weathered Driftwood, and Whipped Cream. And this is such a great summer scent. I mean, I personally love kind of those beachy, salty sea air, beach nights, all of those type of blends. And this really fits in really well with those. And so again, it's one of those blends that it's blended so well that you can't necessarily pick out every single scent. So I really get kind of a hint of that Mac Apple at first, but then that salty sea spray, the seaweed, the driftwood, they all just kind of go together. Oh, it's such a good scent. So good. So if you like those types of scents, you would probably like this one. And I know the one that I had, you know, back in 2018 that it performed so well. Super strong scent. Next, we have Training My Little Pony. So this is Avo Bath Noel, Sweet Lavender, Cotton Candy Frosting, and Marshmallow. And I thought that I'd had a blend with a similar name, but I don't think I've had this blend before. I don't know if I've ever had any Avo Bath blends that I can think of. But that Avo Bath is such a bright, pretty, lemony type scent. Like it's not straight lemon. Oh, it is so good. I have never had it. I don't think I've ever had it before, but I really like it. And so with this one, I really get that nice bright scent. And then the rest of them kind of almost mellow it out a little bit. So this does not smell like Satsuma at all. That's not what I'm saying. But Satsuma is also one of those scents that is so strong and super overpowering. And so it's like she took a blend, the Avo Bath, and kind of mellowed it out and then added and tweaked it with the lavender, the cotton candy, and the marshmallow. Oh, so good. So, so good. If you don't like lavender, I almost think you would still like this one because to me, the lavender doesn't stand out at all. It just kind of works with the blend. Okay, next we have It's a Luau, which is Hawaiian Punch Satsuma, Summer Scoop Tangerine Cotton Candy Mountain Dew. I've had this one before as well. Such a great blend, super strong, great performer, and great for those summery days. So something about the Hawaiian Punch, the Satsuma, and the Mountain Dew together is just such a great combination. Like I have other Satsuma blends, but with those things added in, it's just really delicious. So if you like Satsuma, and I would say even just fizzy scents, fizzy fruity scents, you would probably really like this one. Okay, next we have Vanilla Ice Wood, which is creamy vanilla notes intertwined with smoky, woody tonalities and clean lavender. This one was a little bit of a wild card for me, but I wanted to try it. And I haven't had this scent from this vendor before, but I think I've had a similar type of scent from other vendors. So to me, I definitely get that smokiness, but to me it must be I don't know what it is, but it almost has a little bit of a masculine cologne-y type scent with smokiness. So maybe it's just the combination of the smoke and the lavender and the vanilla that really kind of give it that scent. It's not overpowering masculine. There's definitely a lot of blends that I've smelled that seem to me a lot more cologne-y. This is more like a woody tone that leans masculine, if that makes sense at all. I like it. I don't think this is one that I would melt all the time, but like every once in a while, you just want to melt something a little bit different, a little bit out of the norm or your wheelhouse or whatever, and that's kind of what that scent brings to me. This one is Christmas at Santa's. So pepperberry wreath, sugar cookies, and marshmallow fireside. I did recently, in my last order, get a loaf of this, and I melted a few pieces, and I really do enjoy it. So I'm definitely not mad that I got another brittle in it. I mean, this is such a good Christmas scent. Like, it really does smell like Christmas, and it smells like it even more so when it's warming. So I really do like that one as well. Cucumbers and cantaloupe, so sweet, juicy cantaloupe and fresh cucumber. I think that I had a sample in this at one time, but I don't remember for sure. But this to me is very similar to the Bath & Body Works cucumber melon scent. Very similar. And I almost think that maybe the cantaloupe's a little bit stronger than the melon scent in that one. But my husband really loves scents like this, and so this will be a good one to melt when he's around. And I do like it too, but yeah, definitely reminds me kind of that type of scent. And then my last one is Pink Stress Relief. So cotton candy, lemon drops, caramel, and raspberry jam musk, which I think is the pink sugar. And then lavender, sage, eucalyptus, and spearmint, fresh ozone, and woods. So I don't think I've had this one before. So right now on cold, I definitely get the pink sugar and kind of the lavender type scent. So I do get a hint of the eucalyptus. I don't know if I get much woods right now. To me, this is very similar to my wonderful pink sleepy time that I really like. Although I do think that after this sets for a while longer, and especially on warm, that it's gonna smell a little more complex. So I really do like this one. And this is one that I would definitely probably get a loaf of because I love these types of scents, or at the very least, I would just order a couple more brittles again. So that was my order. I just have to say how much I love Julie's wax. You know, as I've been on this low buy, I have made one purchase now, just a small one. But as I've been on this low buy, it's really helped me to think about the vendors that really stand out to me, my nose, and my home. And Sassy Girl Aroma with Julie is definitely one of those ones for me. It just performs so well. I mean, even just in this order, you can see the range of the scents that I picked out. And I, picked out scents that I really like. And so even more so, she has such more of a variety on her list. And I really appreciate that. And she just does so many great blends. And I love the blends that are blended so well that you can't necessarily pick out every note, that you're just like, oh my goodness, that smells good. And that's how I want my wax to be. I just want to be able to say, oh my goodness, that smells good. It works well in my home. I put it in my warmers and I can smell it and it lasts a long time. And so I really do like Sassy Girl Aroma. If you haven't tried her, I highly suggest you try her. And please, if you order, make sure to melt what you buy to try it out and see how it works in your home. Because sometimes things can smell one way on cold and then we warm them and either it works amazing and the smell even transforms and becomes even more complex, or sometimes it doesn't work as well in our homes. And so one thing that I'm personally trying to do, and for any of you people that are new to wax and new to home fragrance, and what I highly suggest is when you try a new vendor, you can make an okay size order, order what you want, but before you go back and order again, try the wax. See how it works in your home, because if it doesn't work well, then you don't want to keep spending the money no matter how good it smells in the bag, because each of our homes are different. Each of our noses are different. And so what works for me might not work for you, or vice versa. What works for you might not work in my home. And I know that there's a lot of vendors that are extremely popular and then a lot of vendors that are new. And so I just think it's so great to try them, melt it, and then buy more. But in the long run, you do you. I mean, you do what you want, but that's just what I would suggest if you're new to wax and new to vendors. So for those of you that want kind of a little bit of a life update, then keep watching. For those of you that don't, go ahead and turn it off. my feelings won't be hurt. So you guys know that my grandma broke her hip. She has been in rehab, and so she is going to be there for probably a couple more weeks. Her COVID is completely gone. She never had any symptoms, which was so wonderful because I couldn't even imagine the stress on her body of having those COVID symptoms on top of, you know, her broken hip and surgery and everything. I would appreciate those of you that pray to continue praying for her because it's probably going to be a long road. You know, when they reach that age and they have those things happen, it's very hard on their bodies, and we're finding that it's kind of hard on hers too. Her surgery went really well. She's just kind of losing the energy of wanting to get up and walk around or even wanting to eat. She just seems to have no desires. So for those of you that pray, I mean, please keep her in your prayers for that. I'm still doing school. I have 2 semesters left before I'm done. So I've started this semester and I'm kind of getting into the swing of things. So things are going well. I've recovered from COVID. My family's recovered from COVID. Not all of us ended up getting sick, but for me personally, it just took a really long time to kind of break through the tiredness. You know, I was pretty sick, I want to say for like 10 to 12 days where I just like felt like doing nothing. I had a lot of sore throat, a little bit of a cough, but not super bad, and just felt really gross. And then even after that, it took me quite a few days to have more energy. And I do all of my schoolwork upstairs. I'm downstairs right now, but my schoolwork's upstairs. And just walking up those stairs the first few days was just so exhausting. And so you realize just how much your body just kind of shuts down a little bit with things like this. But I feel like I'm pretty much recovered, which I'm so thankful for, that I'm done and through and past that, and just looking forward to kind of just whatever comes next in life. You know, I think that it's so good to have positive outlooks despite, you know, the challenges that we might have in our lives. And it's okay to remember that these challenges make us who we are, and they help us to grow and be better if we let them and if we learn from them. And so that's just kind of how I'm thinking about things going with my grandma and the struggle that she's having, and, you know, the struggle that I have not being able to be there. But thank you all, and thank you for all of your kind words and your thoughts and everything that you do. I appreciate all of you, and I just am so grateful that I have had the opportunity to meet some of you, because if we didn't have this world with the technology that we do now, I never would have gotten to know so many of you, and I just appreciate that opportunity. So I hope that your day is going well. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Bye.